Alrighty. Okay, welcome to my demonstration for SafeSend. It is a decentralized payment gateway for Left0, and it is to enable sending crypto payments that are safe and reversible enough for business use. It works via a checking mechanism, which is a send-collect mechanism. So as a demonstration, say you've received an invoice from Dutch Telecom for the amount of $50, and they're happy to take payment via SafeSend, and this is their wallet address and their A0.ID. So you would head over to the SafeSend page, copy Dutch Telecom's wallet address, and then go 50. And then the memo would be the invoice. And you would click on that. And you see the A0.IDs have matched up. Yes, approve. So that will create a blockchain check. And so the 50 T0 has been sent to the smart contract along with the fee. And now you can just double check that date, A0.ID is correct, the wallet address is right, the invoice number is correct, but I've made an error by sending T0 instead of USDT. So I'll just cancel that. And that's been canceled. So that'll send, the smart contract will send the T0 back to me as well as the fee, and we can go again. So that is that. And this time I'll change to USDT, change that to 50, 5, create. Alrighty, so everything looks good. Now on Dutch Telecom side, they would see that we could have this all set up with API so that Dutch Telecom or anyone else would get a push notification when a check is created. So they can check that amount is correct and they can collect the payment. Done. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you, Steven. I see very nice reaction from Fabian and very nice UI for a hackathon project, I would say.
Thank you.
If we don't have any questions, we can move on to perpetuals. Do we have anyone from perpetuals project?
Yes, there should be two.
Yeah.
Me and Volkan.
Let me
Perfect.
share my screen.
Perfect, guys.
So
1 second. Yeah.
okay, as you've just seen, like in the sneak peek to our UI, we built a perpetuals platform that wipes out a really big headache that existing perpetual platforms have, particularly the ones on EVMs. And that is the centralization of liquidations, which always has been a problem. To make it short, this kind of means that operator like GMX, for instance, they have to run a backend that is operated via Chainlink, and they have to make sure that all the nodes are funded and can liquidate user positions that are underwater to protect the deposits that liquidity providers did. That, of course, bears lots of risks, like, for instance, GMX failing to pay the operating nodes. They have to be funded with Chainlink as well as network currency. Also, transactions might just fail due to the nature of blockchain transactions. We try to tackle this problem specifically on A0 with our unique architecture for perpetual trading. It starts with the market manager. That is a contract factory that deploys market smart contracts. This also means that, like, for instance, a market manager can deploy the LF0 USD market and also a wrapped Bitcoin USD market, but both of them are separated to prevent spillover effects. What can happen, for instance, in a single pool architecture is that one asset has unusual trading behavior, and that increases the risk for liquidity providers. And if you pool all assets in one smart contract, this risk is present within all markets. With our architecture here, these are separated from each other and therefore extra safe. These markets, the market smart contracts, provide users with three general interfaces. First, the earn interface, which allows them to deposit assets that are used for liquidity provision that go directly into the pool. This liquidity provision is used to pay out users if they have gains, and also take the losses from the users in case they get liquidated or close at loss. Traders themselves, they can open and close positions, as they can do with mostly any other perpetual platform, and their collaterals are actually separated from the pool contract and held in a vault contract to make sure that funds are never intermingled. Then lastly, we have liquidations that are inspired by the open liquidation concept as seen in MakerDAO and Aave, where anybody can trigger liquidation once a position is liquidatable, which means that anybody can operate a liquidator node if they think that they're faster than others. And that also decentralizes the process, since anybody can participate, and the rewards are also paid out in a share of liquidation liquidation penalty that is shared with our protocol and the pool, and also the one who liquidates. Now Volkan will present the UI in a brief live demo.
Yep, thanks. So moving on here on our live demo, you can see that we provide a UI for the A0 market only. We have only this one market deployed for this presentation, and we split this UI in the earn and trade UI. Here in the trade, as you can see, I have two positions open. I can now add, for example, a new positions with 10 of my A0, leverage it up by 6x and open this position. And you will see that it will be added down here in the background. My collateral is transferred to the vault. In the market, we create a new entry and calculate, for example, the liquidation price, and also provide the user his P&L and his net value. Yes, and also can also do the same for short positions. And we can also close them, of course. We have sadly only some small movement. If I quickly reload, yeah, small movement. So anyway, I can close them, and I will get the left A0 or the additional A0 if I'm winning, if my position is a winning one, getting it transferred to my address, yeah, as wrapped A0. And in the earn page, I can basically be on the other side. I can provide liquidity and earn from losing trades. So yeah.
Guys, sorry, the last 10 seconds for you.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's it. And withdraw it, of course. Yeah. And I think that's all. If there are any questions, now is the time.
Oh yeah, feel free also to just visit the site and give us feedback. As you can see, it's a live deployment. So you can just go on our project on Taikai and test it out yourself. If you run into kind of bugs, that's also good help for us to sort out some potential issues with our architecture. Thanks a lot.
Guys, could you also share the link in the chat? That
Sure.
would be helpful. Perfect, thank
We
you.
also have a link to the faucet. So if you don't have any A0, you can just get it from the regular faucet there if you have a wallet.
Looks amazing.
Oh, the GitHub link where someone asked
Yeah,
for it.
the GitHub
Also,
link.
please.
Yeah, all right.
Another nice UI. Very nice. Okay, guys, so I would ask you for stop sharing the screen so another project can take it. And
Yep.
if
I
we
can
don't have
actually.
Can't you just unshare?
Oh, no. Okay, I couldn't actually see the sharing tool in Zoom. All right.
Okay, another project that we have in the line is Cool. Do we have anyone from Cool? There are some microphone issues. I don't know if it's a Cool project, but we can get back to it. Do we have anyone from ASICS protocol? ASICS protocol, anyone? If not, we could move on to Quid. Anyone from Quid? Okay, if not, then do we have anyone from Walk into NFT Adventure Turns Steps into Crypto? I see Zigrante joining and leaving the call. Can you tell us in the chat which project are you from? That would be helpful. Okay, do we have anyone from ZeroMeet?
Yes, I'm here. This is Rohit. Can you guys hear me?
Perfect. Yes. Can you share the screen?
Yeah, let me just do that. Can you see my screen, John?
I guess so. Oh yeah, it's working.
Okay. So the project I've made is called ZeroMeet, and it's a video chat and calling application, and I've integrated with A0, T0 domains basically. So this is my main page, and you can either use this application anonymously completely, or you can log in with Google, or you can log in with one of the wallets that is compatible with A0. And let me just like log in here as well, so that and I have three main pages. One is like the main area where you can either create a meeting or enter a room ID to join. And then you have the call area where you can call someone with a T0 ID if they're logged in into the website. Or you can enter the ZeroMeet ID of your friend, and start a call with them essentially. And the third page is like the profile area. This is still incomplete. Like I didn't have like enough time to get it done completely. Let me just share a working demo of how we can talk. I've just opened a private browser and then I'll open this link here.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello?
You can either choose to log in or stay anonymous. And then I'm enter this crash T0 ID. And then I can click the call. And then if the user is online and present, he'll get an incoming call notification. Like it's still not 100% complete because of the time constraints and I'm a beginner with the JavaScript thing. So if he chooses to accept the call, okay, I think it's because of the multiple windows that I have. Oh, sorry, I'm sharing my screen with Zoom, so which is why the video is not working currently. Let me just stop the video and check. Okay, that worked. And you can enter the chat area. And once you're in the chat area, you can talk to the people as well, wherein you'll be shown here. And then you can share your screen as well. I'm not sure if it will work now because Zoom is also accessing it. And apart from that, you can create a meeting with just any room, like, and you can share this ID with your friends. So initially, I've kind of set out to build a completely decentralized solution, but then given the time constraints and my limited ability with JavaScript, it is going to take a lot more time. So I've just ended it with this, like wherein you could talk to someone on T0 or who is logged in with T0, and then the general Zoom sort of application. I've used like React.js and native Next.js along with a library called Peer.js for the connections and like Socket.io for the signaling between the servers. So that's about me. And like you have the dark mode and the light mode as well. I hope it's good. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, that's all. Like that's it. Like that's my this thing.
Rui, may I ask one question? This is Fabian from Deutsche Telekom. Just wanted to check whether I got this. So you said you can only call T0 IDs when they're logged in, am I right?
Yeah, when they're logged in for now.
Okay, cool.
So I wanted to implement a service worker so that in future, even if they're like had logged in before from the browser, if they could receive the calls. I'll get that done like soon.
Okay. Oh, cool. This was just like another check back question. And what I like, Frank, sorry if I'm taking over your question, but did
No,
you
sure.
build the whole interactivity from scratch? Because this is
Yeah,
pretty
almost
impressive.
completely. And I didn't have like too much JavaScript experience. Maybe if I did have, I could have like done a lot more.
No, congrats. I think this is a very cool project. I like the idea. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I wanted to integrate it with phone numbers as well, but I had to implement like the Firebase authentication, which was not done in the time.
I can tell you it's not that easy. Like dealing with telco API is always a bit a hassle. But I like that you have this in mind. Yeah, cool.
And I kind of initially wanted to add more things like have a token gated room as well, but I didn't have sufficient time, like token gated or NFT gated with the projects on A0 or any Polkadot compatible wallet, wherein you could, when you're creating the room, like you could add if it needs to be token gated with a particular token. So only community users of that particular token can like go in as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Another amazing project. If you could stop sharing the screen so we can have cool project. I think we already have the team here.
Hello?
Yes, we
Hello?
can hear you.
Oh, thank you very much. If you allow me, I'm just telling the small report about our work because we didn't have a chance to prepare enough good presentation. Okay, 5 minutes.
Starting the time.
Mhm. So the goal of our project team is called Cool Team, and the product is Cool Wallet. The goal is after analysis of current layout of wallets on the blockchain, we identified the problem that since we are engineers and developers, we are very engaged in various tricks and possibilities that Web3 technology can have. That's why usually wallet as a product is something universal, having a lot of features like staking, trading, exchange, a lot of different tokens, applications. So super app. And at once we have now the issue that Web3 is not widely used in the community by usual people. It's still the narrow community of specialists who understand technology, who work with this, and who has expertise to dive deep into this sphere. So when we meet, for example, cleaner on the street, this cleaner in most cases don't use Web3. If we address one of the sellers in a shop, for example, or another or other helping staff, these people also don't use usually any Web3, and this is the major audience for any payment products, because any payments are made by small sizes, everyday operations like purchase in a shop or buying some service or visiting some places like restaurant, like sport complex or something else. So that's why our supposition is that today's wallet market is absolutely wrongly directing themselves. And we need to develop primitive technology which would be robust, very reliable, and as simple as possible in order to usual ordinary person who never use computer at all or use it so rare that they just watching movies on this and that's all. These people can use it with ease without no complex setup or anything like this. That's why we started to develop Cool Wallet, and we selected several major features like support of all existing tokens and coins on automatic way, and transfer of coins should be performed in automated way using like intelligence or rules. Second is we allow to store some personal documents by means of external experts or some simple guide. It should be very primitive. And the most important feature is recovery, wide possibility of recovery of access, because ordinary person usually lost passwords and don't remember them, or don't save this too good to preserve for a long time. And current process is primarily targeted for researching the recovery means. How should we recover the access? And we came to a conclusion that it should be a smart wallet based on smart contracts, and the smart contract should have the control possibility of the all the content which wallet stores. And we should
Sorry,
get,
but the time is up. So thank you.
10 seconds more.
Okay, 10 seconds. Yes, please
so,
finish
the person can, by means of several methods, recover the access through interaction with smart contracts, which has a control of inner meaning, and create another wallet and move content to this new wallet and keep by this ownership of any assets. That's our idea, and we developed some very interesting framework for this, which you can see on the page of our product. Thank you very much. It's a cool team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And so let's move to another project. Do we have anyone from Leverage Land? Okay, and CopyBar?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, Maya.
Hello, can you try sharing the screen?
Does it work?
Yes, it works.
Okay.
Perfect.
Hello, everyone.
So I'm starting the time.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Ivan, and my project is called CopyBar. This project is about doing fully decentralized calls using Azure ID and Stacks public network. So our motivation for this project was that we built a network for IoT devices, for IP cameras, for smart switches, for EV chargers, routers, smart home, etc., so we can connect anything which is not human to our network and to actually provide them secure connectivity. And our motivation was to do something for ordinary human beings, something for people, not for the devices. And that's how the project has started. So we noticed one vicious cycle that occurs with probably everyone on this call. It actually occurred for me many times. So we have some data on our phone or on our computer. We send this data to the cloud, assuming that the cloud is secure, assuming that they can manage our data and can care about our data more than we care ourselves. Then our cloud provider got hacked somehow through zero-day exploits or through anything, actually through social media. And after that, we choose another provider because we don't have any option. And with this project, we want to provide at least one option for for peer-to-peer calls. So something decentralized. This is what Web3 movement does. This is what blockchains are made for, and this is what we wanted to implement with our public network. So the project architecture is built like this. We based our DNS on AzerID. So we used AzerID to store the address of the node of the device in our network. In our network, the address is also the public key of the device. So you can't spoof them. It's not IP addresses, and that way we maintain the security and we maintain the fully decentralization of the network. The second is that we do not need any signaling server. We use regular chat for this. This is secure because we do not leak IP addresses and we do not leak any other information which can be used to hack you. So if your link is opened in another browser on another computer, it simply will not work because it will not resolve to the same public key on Stacks network. And also, since our network is basically flat, we don't use any stand servers, so we do not leak information to these servers as well. So we do not need like Google servers to run this. And we also, by design, hide real IPs because again we use public keys as the addresses, and these public keys for the actual routing are resolved into dynamic IPs which are temporary. So it doesn't mean anything in this initial handshake to see this dynamic IP. And the workflow is as follows. You open the website, you type the AzerID of your computer and computer of your friend. Then you get a link generated, which you send to your friend. Then your friend opens the link and sends the confirmation link to you. And then you accept it, and then you have this call set up for you. I have a video of this video demonstration. So basically, we input the keys here. We in the background, we run our Stacks network. Stacks network is just a single binary which is available for free to anyone. And then we just generate request link. We use Discord to exchange the link. And if we scroll further, now I get to another laptop to generate the confirmation link, which we paste here. And finally, we accept the link and see another participant of the meeting. So this is how it works. And if you want to try it for yourself, it will be hosted publicly on copybar.stacks.io. Of course, you need an account for the free Stacks network, but otherwise it's all accessible.
Sorry, Ivan, I just muted you accidentally. Can you unmute yourself? And could you paste the link in the chat? Do we have any questions here?
Ivan, I will get back to you because I think I need some more time to read through your page. But I like
sure.
it.
Yeah, thanks, Fabian.
I'm just a product guy, so sometimes technically it takes some more time for me. So
yeah, I can relate. I'm also a product guy, but I also do technical things.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Fabian. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, next we have BreachHead.
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Anyone? Okay, can you share the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, hello, I'm sharing the screen.
So I'm Fridolin. I'm a master student in human-centered computing. My colleague is called Anna, and she's master student in software design. Together, we're Team Mistaken, and we worked in these 2 weeks on the project called BreachHead. This is part of the telecommunication challenge, and please full screen. And so first, we worked on the we designed this hackathon with the double diamond design thinking, where we focused 1 week on the problem space and looked at all of the problems telecommunication companies have, and then in the second week only tried to implement a solution for this problem. So the problem we found is scams and spoofing calls. These are the scams which I got in only 2 days, right? And I think in all telecommunication companies, this happens regularly. So why is this? Because it's an optimistic security approach. It's like they try to make something after it happened. So what could we do? How could we use blockchain to tackle this problem? And our solution is that we create an address book with the blockchain that only then when the addresses are connected, you can actually make a call. So we want to do it with proximity features. In our use case, we wanted to do it with a QR code. So user A shows the bridgehead and user B scans it. Then the bridging is completed. The system completes the bridging for both parties, and you can have contact. And either party can also destroy the bridge, and it's destroyed for both of them. So it's a secure channel, and so it's another layer on the top of the existing telecommunication infrastructure. So with this rather pessimistic approach, which is not a fully closed loop system, but it goes towards a closed loop system, I think the telecommunication industry can be made more secure for consumers. We also try to implement proximity functions, features like an NFC or Bluetooth, but there it gets really complicated within the developing platform on Ink. So in the end, we didn't manage to do it in the last week because we really tried to understand the problem thoroughly in the first week, so it was not so much time for the rest. For a demo, please look at our YouTube, and at our GitHub we have a very detailed documentation of all of the ideas, and we had around this project where we only implemented a very little bit to highlight how our idea should be understood. Thank you very much, and I'm happy to cooperate with anybody for a next hackathon.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions for this project?
Not a question. Thank you, Fridolin and Anna, for working this out. I would like to just give you feedback that you actually picked a very important problem. So I like the approach that you took with the problem solution space. So, but also here again, because I'm not an expert in this spoofing topic, I would have to dive in a little more. I will do, and then I would like to just have a little session maybe with you, so I can get a better understanding of what you guys are working on or what you worked out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fabian, for the feedback, and thank you guys for presenting. Another project that we have on the list is PledgeMonster.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome.
Can you share the screen?
Yeah. Okay. I'm Santiago, but you could call me Bug. I worked with Nimi on a decentralized crowdfunding platform. The idea that we had is that currently with most crowdfunding and Kickstarters out there, it's extremely centralized, and most of the fees that users end up paying when they pledge or they grant some money to a project, it ends up going to the platform or the processing fee just for the money that has been accrued for a project. We wanted to build a platform that would actually connect Web3 with Web2 in the sense that not necessarily for Web3 or crypto related projects. It could be for anybody who just wants to actually raise some funds, be it for a bakery or a board game or anything at all. The workflow is quite straightforward. The user just logs into the website, pledge.monster, and they log in with their web wallet. Then they can either see all the projects that have been created just by clicking in here, or they could create their own project by clicking on the plus sign. And when they do so, they can then fill out a series of like entry points. So it could just essentially be like, PledgeMonster and the best crowd. So they just go through a series of like different cards that would basically get the basic information of what the project would be about. And as they do that, they just input the necessary stuff. They would put the launch date that they actually want to launch. So in the process, the idea is that by doing this, you're giving the user the ultimate experience of being able to create a crowdfunding campaign that would not depend on a third party to actually be executed or not, because with most crowdfunding platforms, you do need a third party in order to, okay, and it's glitchy, of course, as it should be usually throughout any hackathon. The point is, once you create the platform, you get directed back to, once you create a campaign, you get directed to the campaign's like main page, where you would see all the details about the project, and then individuals can decide to actually invest or not in the project. If we didn't manage to finish all the coding that we wanted to do, which is if in the given period of the project, the funds of the goal are not met, the funds would then be reimbursed to the people that pledged some money in the process. Completely decentralized, it doesn't require anybody at all. We just had to take into consideration which actual calls the creator of the project is allowed to make versus what would require either a multi-sig or a multi-authentication way of like changing certain factors of the contract that's already deployed. For example, you wouldn't want somebody to be able to change the funding amount halfway through a campaign, or you wouldn't want somebody to like change the duration of the campaign. Certain aspects should be fixed. However, we do allow the creators of the contract to change like videos, images, or certain text within like the actual page, which is all being held and stored in the smart contract. So that's pretty much it. I mean, a lot of work still has to go into it. This is very rough, very sketch, like a rough sketch, but we feel that it has a lot of potential to go forward with. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Does anyone want to ask any question for this one?
Yeah. Hey, Santiago, just a quick question. How would you estimate the amount of work needed to get it to like an MVP that can be launched publicly?
For an MVP to be launched publicly, I would say to feel like, do you mean testnet or do you mean like actually on the mainnet?
I would say testnet, because then, stuff that we or you might not be aware about would come out, and then it would have to be audited as well prior to mainnet.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right now, anybody could actually go into the website pledge.monster and they could create their own campaign, and they could actually start sending T0 to like these projects. However, there are some nuances that definitely have to be ironed out in the process. I would say hacking at it every day, probably like a month, 2 months.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Santiago. We can move to another project. Do we have anyone from Pirate Coin Marketplace? Okay, if not, then do we have anyone from the Hunters?
Yes, we have. The Hunters is here.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, let me share the screen and show. Okay. So, hi, my name is Katarzyna Jakubowska, and this is Paweł Nowak, and together we are the Hunters. So, we would like to talk today about the problems that brands facing in a conference and exhibitions. Can we do next slide? Sure, yes, okay. Okay, so the first problem is that the brand's overspending on exhibitions with minimum lead generation. Second problem is that the brands struggle to convert attendees into future clients or community members. And third, brands challenge with measuring the ROI and effectiveness of exhibitions or conferences. So let me introduce you to the future of networking at the events. Introducing the Hunters, an intuitive mobile application designed to gamify networking at conferences and exhibitions, engage in a modern twist of the classic treasure hunt tailored for the professional sphere. Okay, and Paweł, can you change to Figma because I actually don't have permission to share screen, so if you can show how does it work. So during the hackathon, we really focus on a lot of stuff like design, and we have prepare a whole roadmap for our project and also the MVP for the application. So how it works is that you first log in, and then you have a list of the partners that are on the event like exhibition. So for example, they have a booth, or there is the speaker, or just some person from the team. So you can see that. So this is the first screen with login. Then you have the instructor how to hand, and then you see the available badges. So for example, you can look for Aleph Zero team, and then when you will click for that, you can scan the NFC badge, and then you have to claim the task. So claim the badge by doing the task. So for example, you have to follow the Aleph Zero on Twitter, and that giving you like almost every person that is on the booth and talking with you can convert to the community members, and brand with that can just interact with them after the event. So after the success completing the task, you claiming the badge, which is NFC tag, and then depends of how many badges from every partners you get. You can get mystery box number 1, number 2, or number 3. And the mystery boxes are the boxes with gift packs from all the partners that are on conferences, which also giving the brands additional brand presence after the conference. So let's move to the MVP. Okay, so let me close this sharing, and you probably need to let me to join the Zoom from the phone because I would like to show you how that works. If that doesn't, okay.
Admitted.
Okay, thank you. Now it works, and I will share the screen. Okay, I think it's being shared right now, and let's go to the application. Okay, so this is our MVP. I mainly focus on the fact that we want to use a special technology to collect the badges. We will be using a NFC chip, but it's not like a regular NFC chip because it contains a private key inside. So we are able not only to identify by some ID, but also to sign messages or sign transactions. So let's go to the app. Let's log in with a Nightly Wallet. Okay, we confirm that. Okay, and right now we are here in the application, and it is a basic website for now, but we have plans to move that into the native application because it uses devices in the phone, and that's better handled in the native application. So I'm now to click here,
and it asks me for the signature. And I put the chip close to my phone, and it signed the message. And right now we are able to claim the badge. Let me do that once again, because something here happened with the claiming, but let's do that again. I'm putting it closer. Yes, and we have a success, and we are able to claim the A0 badge. And when I click the claim button, it's going to mint an NFT or soulbound token for the address I've logged in with the Nightly wallet. So that way, I'm going to have a proof of participation, proof of attendance when I scan the sponsor tag, and I able to mint a token for myself. Okay, so this is the MVP we've produced.
Yes, and we already talked with some events like NBX, which is the conference in Warsaw and Berlin, and they sign us the LOI that if Pavel will be able to switch to the presentation, you will see. And they are interested in using our app on the events. We also talk with because Pavel is a developer and I'm running marketing agency. So we also talk with our Web2 clients, and they are also happy to use our app on Web2 events, which giving the possibility to show Web3 and give more presence for Web3 brands to the Web2.
Okay,
cool.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
I see that you answered some questions in the chat. We have one off-topic question. Did you thought about Web NFC? Never played around with it. So curious. From Frank.
Let me check that. This is a question on the chat, right?
Yes.
I don't see the question. Did you thought about Web NFC? We used an SDK from the chip because it has documentation, and right now we've used SDK, but I'm probably more into moving that into the native application because I know there are like a few problems while developing that, but I think I would check also this Web NFC, and if that's, I think that when we start building the application, we will build that as a web and then try to move that into the native application, because I think that this will be the fastest approach. We can do the whole application, but this Web NFC thing is worth checking. So thank you for that comment.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Can you stop sharing the screen? Oh, that's perfect. Another project that we have on the list is Demi. Do we have anyone from the team?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm the Demi dude, and I share my screen. I want to share everything. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Whoop. Whoop. This right. Oh, there's much going on. Here, 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 here. Okay, let's go. Hello, I'm Frank, and today I will present you Demi. Demi stands for Datamination. Let me quickly introduce you how it works. So that's the GitHub, and if you go into GitHub, there's a HackMD. Click there, and that's the best way to explain it. Way. So we have users. Users want data for their next GPT 5, 4, 6, 7, 20. Because currently the next GPT models, they will most likely train on synthetical data. But how to create synthetical data? And we came up with dataminization. It's inspired by BitTensor, that's a blockchain on Polkadot, which use some similar concepts. So we have an AI node, the AI node gets money, and the AI node wants to improve. And the validator, they judge the AI node. So the user types in, hello, I want banana data for my next banana app. Then it passes to the smart contract. Let's go down here. So here gives the task, what banana data. Then the AI node takes the task. Okay, I have to make banana data. Then it does the task. So it creates a bunch of banana data. And it sends the result to the smart contract. Then the judging case with the validator takes the result, judges it, and then sends the judging. And then we have many AI nodes who are competing with it, and the validator always judges like, is the comma set right? Is the JSON valid? Does it actually make sense? Does it relate it to the topic? And these kind of stuff, which is most likely then another AI node, but there are also some other concepts around it. Yeah. Okay. So this is how it works. And then how do oh man. Yeah, that's okay. Here. So I'll push here to the left. So the contracts. Here's a substrate node. We have Demi1, which is the first agreed contract. Then we have Demi1, which is just setting one AI node, setting one validator, setting one node owner. And then we managed it to get Demi2, which has an array. So push this here. So first we have to init the contract. So I press here, init. Come on. Oh, okay. I sent from Alice something to me. One. Oh, that's enough. Yay. First page. You see on the right side is a lever component. This took me the most time to figure out. But now init. Yay. So this initializes the contract. So I become the owner. Proof. Okay, and then I have to add nodes. So I will take Eve. I think Eve is a great name. So I take Eve. Whoop, and add the node. And now I'll add the node. And obviously, when the AI node does it, it has then a small client with it, which basically you put in the private key and it finds the message. And then we have to press get nodes. And then here it is. In our case, Eve will be the validator as well. Click the button. And approve. Hey. No validator. Get the validators. Ta-da. And then I want banana data. You should prompt it way better than I do. So press it. And then it sends the task to the smart contract. No. No. Okay, anyways. Yeah, this is basically Demi. It allows you to create a network where AI nodes can compete with each other, and validators, they're judging the AI nodes. Sadly, we couldn't include more, like, for example, build a small AI client, which then takes the task, runs it through ChatGPT, puts it to output, and saves it to the blockchain. Yeah, but I was mostly here heavily occupied with this Demi component, but I think this is a great component for ink contracts, which allows you to interact quickly. It's just like ether scan buttons on the right. So there, I'm really proud of it. And the team is like me, Dutcom, and Saro. And this is my presentation. This is Demi, dataminization. And if you want to have a more quick overview, just go to the HackMD.
Frank,
I think this is always the best. So thank you very much.
10 last seconds. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any questions here? If not, we can move to A0 SCA. Do we have anyone from this project?
Yes.
Okay.
I will share my screen very quick. All right, cool. So we are going to run you through a presentation of A0 smart contract accounts, which is maximizing LF0's accessibility. So the problem we are going to tackle is basically the problem that every new blockchain ecosystem has. It is, you are creating something wonderful, but people are already so used to what's been there that it is really frustrating and cumbersome to learn the new tools that are available in the new landscape. When you think of a concrete example, everybody's used to MetaMask or Capital Wallet or any other tools by now, but moving into a new ecosystem requires people to learn more and learn new tools, which can be a barrier. So basically what we came up with is the known concept of smart contract accounts. And what they give you is flexibility, security, and in our case, a more decentralized way of handling these accounts. So concretely, what you can do is you can, from now on, sign transactions, not just with the LF0 signer, but you can basically use any signing method that you have connected as an account on our platform. So for example, you can use MetaMask or Capital Wallet if those tools are tools that you are already familiar with. Obviously, when you think of something like Gnosis Safe, they have already implemented far more concepts. They have multi-signature transactions and so on, which is totally possible and would enhance the security on LF0. And in our case, the way we basically account for the smart contract accounts and register them with our registry contract, this is far more decentralized compared to the approach that Safe has taken. But I'm going to pass on to my colleague Cromston, and he's going to explain the technical components.
Hey everyone. So our app basically consists of two major components. The first is account registry. Account registry is a contract that keeps track of all existing accounts. It can be global for the whole ecosystem, or it can be domain specific, or it can be like dApp specific. The idea is if, let's say you have a MetaMask account, you have LF0 signer, and you have like something like passkey coming from Touch ID of your Mac or from PIN code of your phone. You can use all those credentials to create an account and create a record in the registry. Later, any app like Exchange or Marketplace can query the registry and get information about your account, whether it exists or not. Domain-specific registry can be, for example, NFTs. You can have an NFT linked, bound to an account, and whoever owns an NFT controls the account. So if you sell an NFT, you sell an account. And it can also be like your app specific, like you have like custom website and you for some reason need to interact with the blockchain, you can use your custom credentials, create your custom registry, and then create an account. And then another component we have is the account itself. The account itself basically verifies that you whoever owned the credentials can it's basically a proxy account. Like you can do all the actions you can do from a normal wallet, like normal extension wallet, mobile wallet, or whatever, and with only exception that it allows you to provide custom credentials. And this is the contract that will verify that those credentials are valid, that you own them, you can prove that these credentials belong to you, and so on. That's roughly it. And when it comes to credentials, you can use like just like, for example, only MetaMask signature. You can ask users to provide multiple credentials, essentially creating multi-sig wallets or like MPC wallets. So it's really, really customizable and flexible. And that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, I hope that I mean we didn't fully commit to the telecom track because obviously this is more in the resort of other tracks. But I think what's important to highlight here, and I think you touched on this during the telecom call, you have an interest in allowing people to maybe at some point use their telephone numbers, which is a unique ID, to do things in Web3. And I think this could be actually a platform or a technology that could help you with that, but happy to chat independently. So yeah, this is already it. The reason we are not running through our UI is that basically the first time these contracts compiled was last night, like 4 a.m. And we were able to deploy them so you can interact with registry and accounts via the contracts directly. But it will take like, I don't know, a couple more days, maybe a couple more weeks at max to hook them up with the front end. And then you can basically expect something very similar to a safe platform. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guys, so much. I can see that we have a question from Adam Gongol.
Yes, I really like the idea, and generally that's something that would be super useful, but not sure whether I understand it correctly. So what I understand is that there is this smart contract where you can have pretty flexible logic when it comes to well, let's say, proving that it's your given account. So you can, for example, perhaps use a different signature scheme, or maybe even some even more abstract logic based on phone numbers. What I wanted to ask is, because besides this arbitrary logic that you can put in smart contract, well, you need to pay a gas fee. So you need to make a general blockchain transaction that will be accepted by a validator. So similarly as in current Ethereum account abstraction plans, I assume that there would need to be some kind of a relayer that would cover the gas fee and basically just make sure that the given transaction is included on the blockchain? Or how would
yes,
you...
this is this is exactly how we thought to do that. Like another option, if one of the credentials user own is like actual Aleph Zero wallet, so then in this case you would do a double signature. So if you have like a MetaMask, if you need to prove to your account that you own like a MetaMask wallet, you need to sign a message using MetaMask, and then you would need like a basic Aleph Zero signature. If user doesn't have a Aleph Zero wallet, we can have an API, or like the app can like you pay for the users themselves, or there's a tons of variety of the ways it can go to. It can be a simple API to just like pay for the gas and basically a simple relayer, but it can also be something more complex, that a system that drains the funds from the wallet itself and then like pay the gas. So somehow like with custom logic.
Yeah, I mean, I think the relayer is almost it's needed in most of these cases, but I guess the economy of how this relayer works, that's what I guess there are several options here. Anyway, thanks for your presentation. It's really cool thing.
Thank you, Adam.
Yep, thanks for the question.
Thank you, guys. Okay, perfect. We have the telco as another project. Do we have the team here? If not, do we have anyone from A0 page?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. The stage is yours.
Hi everyone, my name is Amir and I'm gonna demonstrate a Zero page. It's a tiny project about payment gateway and donation system. I use LF0 signer and as a Zero contract to make the payment. So here is a home page. Select the wallet. Here's the dashboard page. Users can declare their links. So also they have a public page they can share on their social networks. First, let me show this page, like my personal page, Azure ID, and donation. In this page, you can edit and add more links on your page like this, for example. Okay. And the major section is about donation system, which you can donate to the user. Here is a simple invoice about donation. And here is default value, for example. And here's the payment. You can sign and stop. So very simple. Here you can delete. Here you can update, for example. And here is the menu, home, dashboard, about us, and feedback. That's all. It's been just 2 days. I'm working on this hackathon, so I tried my best. It was fun. Thank you. Any question?
Okay, thank you, Amir. Do we have any question for this project?
If you can, in a nutshell, repeat the summary of the main feature of the project, please.
The main feature is that you can use LF0 signer to sign and interact with the application. Then the major section is about make the payment. You can donate users. You can declare your links and you can put it in your bio on social networks. That's all.
Thank you. Sounds cool. It would be good to catch up after the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, guys. Do we have anyone from Doggo?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, this was our second more fun project. I share my screen again. Can you see the slides? Yes, you can.
Yeah, we can see.
Good. Okay, let's go. So I will present you Doggo. Doggo is a CLI game. It allows you to pick an NFT of your competitor, then you start a challenge, then you win your challenge because you are the best, then you take his NFT and then you are happy. It's CLI based, so it's pure logic. So how does it work? First you register a member, then you're minting, then you show at the inventory what you got, then you challenge the other one, then you fight your battle, then you win the battle, then you transfer the cards, and then you have two ways to overview it. One is via HTML page and one is via the CLI. So click here. Hey. Okay. Yeah. So this is currently now deployed. And then if you go down here, you have some timestamps. This here is cool. So now on the left side is Bob, on the right side is Charlie, and now they are minting their cards like wild. Another card, another card, another card, another card. Basically like with the trading cards, but more in an extremely nerdish way on the terminal. Yeah, and then they start a challenge. So now they start a challenge, and then you see a small output. Challenge 1. They have all 6 cards. They challenge each other, and then Alice checks who is the winner, because Alice is the game owner, so that case. And then Charlie won. So let's go back to the presentation. There's also HTML output, which we then auto-generated. Like here you see the members, like with all their cards. This is the member. Yeah, and this is like the little links that you saw when they mint the card or when you see the overview. Okay, so why is that cool? Is that cool at all? Yes, it's really cool because it's a CLI game. So out of the box, it's absolutely unique. It's a great prototype for showcasing logic, which is generally true. And because it's based on the logic, we can build the application around it, like the web UI, and people actually can mint their cards, they can throw their NFTs in, can build their stacks, and they can throw things around. But this would be like a little bit too far in the future. So the first improvements would be style the CLI and style the HTML output, and it just looks nice and makes people exciting. Possible future, build a website for NFT battling. That's the team. On the left side is Boton, and here's me, and on the right side is Saro. We are a group of 3. We all do validator stuff together. So yeah, that's what we did. And thank you very much for your attention. And when there's some questions, just write them in the comments or write me a PM, Frank Weber. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank. Do we have any questions?
Would the NFTs be traded?
Can you ask again?
Yeah, would these NFTs that are getting minted, would there be any trade functionality or rarity functionality, or are they just played and burned inside of a single game?
Like currently we are minting them in the game via the ink contracts, and then the text and the abilities get auto-generated through a homegrown AI generator. It's a little bit more experimental, but as you saw in the HTML output, which you can find also in the Figma presentation, there you see like what are the actually values and that stuff, but it's just plain text. It doesn't look nice, and I think that's the reason why the question appears. And in the future would be obviously to include other NFTs, like other PSP 3.7 contracts. Yeah, that you actually can throw your NFTs, which lost millions of values, in it there, and at least maybe make 2 out of them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. That's awesome.
Okay, thank you so much, Frank. We're running a bit out of time, so I'm gonna ask my sign ID project to present. Okay, no one from the
Sorry,
team.
here. I was on mute.
Okay.
Guys, I'm from the MySign team. Let me share my screen 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. So what is MySign? MySign is a platform that lets you mint and verify your signatures on the LF0 platform, and uses and will be using liminals for zero knowledge proofs to verify if you own the signature. Here is the website. I haven't been able to push it on because I had some issues with the Inkathon page, but this is what the homepage essentially looks like. We use an ML-based platform that sort of converts a signature into like a completely background removed extracted signatures. And when we fetch this, we also fetch some signature data like shapes and curves and everything, so that we can utilize your signatures data to verify at a later stage. Sorry. So what is MySign ID? If we use ML-based signature extraction to extract your signatures before we mint. We then users can then verify your signatures by entering your A0 ID or address and entering any image of a signature that you own or that you might have done, and they can verify whether you own that signature or not. This are the goal is to blend the ease of wet signatures with the immutability and the entire ecosystem that Web3 provides. And how does this? What are the features? So when you mint your signature, you can sign on a piece of paper and get your signature minted. Whenever you mint it, you get the signature metadata that fetches all of the data for your signature, and then we verify the signatures using liminals, which would happen sort of at a later time. But the goal is to utilize liminal zero knowledge proof ecosystem to build something that actually surpasses what Web2 offers in terms of document signing or signatures overall. So how does this work? As I said, we use DIS and everything to one second. Let me show you the screen that actually. Yeah. So this is another signature that I tried. We have a Hugging Face space that you can try out. A lot of my time was spent on building the Hugging Face space to get the code running for the signatures and everything. So I wasn't able to get the contract set up in place, but you can go ahead and try it out. Try uploading a signature and extracting out the images out of it. Okay. So how would the verification work? Obviously, you upload a sign and the address that you want to verify for, and MySign would tell you whether the person owns the signature or they don't. The goal is to actually build an ecosystem where your signatures is available to you anywhere. You can log in with your wallet and sign any document or anything online. You can also at some point use our SDK to do the same thing on Web2 platform, so that you can sign with your real signature on the documents. And the goal, the long-term vision is to utilize signatures for a lot of things that you use in day-to-day lives. For example, digital autographs, right? So you can get digital autographs or physical autographs, and you can verify them on MySign. You can get famous people to sign autographs which are verified because they got minted when the person sort of came to the Web3 platform. We actually started out as a document signing platform itself, where all your documents are stored on Web3 and accessed anywhere. But that was way too long a goal for a hackathon. So we decided to just work with signatures for now. At some point, we might want to integrate with banks so that they can also utilize or verify checks or signatures from their customers to prevent fraud. And other physical signature platforms like notaries also use this. So I was not able to get a sort of working ink contract in place because I had a lot of issues building it. But here I'm going to use the PSP34 contract with a custom sort of storage that allows me to store custom metadata for each signature. And it sort of kind of comes here, but it doesn't work right now. So I'm trying to figure this out. So yeah, that's probably about it. Any questions, answers, shout outs? Happy to answer.
Thank you very much. One
Perfect.
question.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you please say again, except signature from famous people. What is the advantage of use of these written signatures in any other place, like signing some document, if we can do this by digital signature? Thanks.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things is that signing overall, e-signatures overall are a broken thing. We have people who control all your documents. They charge a lot of fees and everything. And document signing overall needs a sort of rehaul. With this, the goal is to start off with this platform that allows you to have a better user experience than any other Web2 platform, so that you can mint your signatures. And now, say, for example, you are on a different laptop and you want to sign a document, you can just log in through your wallet and with our SDK and sign that with the real signature, which you know that is minted by you. So that anonymity and availability of data is only offered by Web3. And my goal is to let you have access to all your signatures and documents that you actually sign and use to be specific to you. You are the only one who owns that, nobody else. And Web3 sort of seems like a perfect place to do this, but there is no way to do this right now. So the goal with MySign is to become that sort of base layer for signatures so that we can build on top of it.
Thank you very much. Very impressive.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Do we have anyone from Move Chess?
Yep, right here.
Perfect. The stage is yours.
All right. I'm getting a Zoom quit unexpectedly. You guys still seeing me?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh, we
Sorry about
did.
that, guys. I'm seeing to be back in. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So we are Move Chess, and we are an international team based out of America and Vietnam. So we have a lot of our developers based in Vietnam, and we have a lot more of the business side based in America right now. And what we are is we are Web3 chess. So we kind of have three main pillars of our website that is our
What the problem is?
I think we'll have to wait for a second for Eric reconnects.
Is it a chess team or development team?
Let me just stop the video. Okay. He's entering the chat again, so let's just...
All right. Sorry about that, everyone. I don't know why this is crashing the moment I begin. I'll try and be quick now. But yeah, we have three main pillars: Web3 education, tournament play, and NFT-based rewards. So the Web3 education is about bringing Web2 chess players onto our platform and slowly educating them into the Web3 space. As they play normal Web2 chess, they'll earn Web3 related rewards, such as token and NFTs, and we will educate users. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right.
Really challenging.
Yeah. All right. So this is our current UI, and the smart contracts are working. You can play tournaments, which is our main niche and our main focus.
Is not showing.
Okay. Thank you.
Can you share the link maybe in the chat?
Yeah. Okay, it's working for now, hopefully. This is our UI right now. The UI is pretty simple, but the main thing is that it is a functioning smart contract that you can play a tournament fully through. So we're gonna have essentially a smart contract kind of factory function for it, and the idea is to have adjustable smart contracts.
Maybe images of to hide animation.
Turning off his video might help.
Yeah, Maya, maybe we'll sync with Eric offline, and then we'll proceed with more presentations, and then we'll get back to Move Chess in a bit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to disconnect the video because otherwise I think
Hey, I'm back. I might have diagnosed the problem. I'm sorry, everybody, about that. I think the GeForce experience might have been it. We'll see. But we'll just wrap up. We're almost through it. Essentially, we're a Web3 chess platform. Web3 education is one of our main focuses, and tournament play where we see that we can really make money. So we want to bring Web2 chess players onto Web3, them be able to play in tournaments, and essentially have NFT rewards. All right. I'll wrap up here. I don't know what's going on, but all right. Thank you, everyone. It seems that I'll probably get disconnected again. We'll see.
No
okay.
worries, it happens.
Thanks a lot. We have ZK task as the next project. And if we have no one from the team, I got a message from two other projects that I was reading late earlier on. Do we have anyone from Leverage Land right now?
I think Daniel is raising his hand.
Yes, should I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Leverage Land is the extension for DeFi protocols on the Azure network. And the problem is that right now, most of the TVL on any chain is locked in just a few different protocols, and there is no way to use this liquidity in more customizable way for the users. And I want to create a solution that would be interoperable with these protocols without compromising on decentralization, and would utilize liquidity that is already logged on some DEXs or other protocols. And the way it works right now, I don't know if it's easy to see this graph, but user firstly borrows some USDC or any other token with collateral. At once, the user can take up to 10x leverage. So, for example, if I have 100 US dollars, I can borrow up to $1,000. And then I have the funds in my margin account, which can interact with other protocols. And in my example implementation, it is the common AEM DEX, which was released recently by the Azero team. And later on, I can add more liquidity if I want to provide liquidity as the other user, or I can repay my debt, or if my health factor of my loan get worse than 1, then somebody else could liquidate my account. And the closer look here, these are like different functions that are in there. And which is important is that this smart contract is made as dynamic as it could be, so it can interact with other liquidity sources on chain. So for example, here, if there's like 1 million TVL locked in some DEX that could be based on the code on the common AEM or any other DEX, this liquidity could be utilized by this smart contract. Or for example, someone could do leverage staking by connecting to the functions of the staking protocol. And here's the time for a small demo. So here I'm already connected to my smart contracts on the testnet, and I have created a few different margin positions. These are isolated margins, so this only on the position between A0 and USD. Each time I want to borrow anything, I borrow in just USDC, which I'm gonna do right now. So I might want to deposit, for example, 100 USDC as collateral, and I might want to maybe borrow 800. I'm gonna sign this transaction. Okay, it is signed, and I should have one more margin position here. And now its overall value is worth 900 USDC, even though I only had to deposit 100 USDC. I can already try to swap some of the tokens to Zero. Okay, and right now I gained exposure to this other asset without needing to have as much collateral myself. And here in real time, it is updated the health rating, the fee that I need to pay to the liquidity providers, the debt, and all the other things. If health rating drops below a certain level, then anyone else could go here and liquidate my loan. Okay, and that's everything, I guess.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Do you guys have any questions?
I have small question. Can you tell what does it mean? Liquidate a loan. How should it happen?
Yeah, so you know, like overall amount of collateral that I have put has to be at least 10% of the amount that I'm borrowing. And if a loss on all the assets in my margin account are bigger than 10% of my starting position, then anyone else could liquidate it, meaning that the collateral is returned to the liquidity provider, and the rest of the fee is swapped between the protocol and any other user that called the liquidate function.
So somebody should liquidate the loan and get some benefit from this.
Yes, if the value of underlying assets have dropped, and that is calculated using the DI oracles that I have integrated.
Okay, thank you very much. Quite interesting.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. The last project that we have for today is Pirate Coin Marketplace. Do we have anyone from the team?
Yeah. So can I start?
Yes, of course.
So I'm sharing my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Cool. So myself, Shivang, I'm from India. So my project for the LF0 hackathon is Pirate Coin Marketplace, which is a platform designed to address the challenges faced by marketplaces that rely on trust and reputation for assessing the credibility of counterparties. In such marketplaces, the revealing of the trade history or relying on a trusted third party to at least these reputation scores without revealing more data is often necessary. This poses significant issues for Bitcoin P2P exchanges and marketplaces for high-value items, where users need to trust their counterparties without revealing transaction history. So the problem which we are solving is the reputation scores, which are key for trusted transactions. But currently, reputation is centralized and requires the parties to reveal their transaction history. So here, the buyers and sellers of Bitcoin and high-value goods will be doing the process and also will be getting the response from the people who value transactional privacy. Basically, for P2P exchanges and marketplaces for high-value goods are much more preferable. So what's our solution is we have built us a ZK zero knowledge reputation system, which have the initializing the dark wallet, which submit a proof of correct initialization and add commitment to Merkle tree. Second is put up item for the sale. So the seller has to submit a proof of work that they have the dark wallet with a reputation greater than XX is basically a score which can be given in the user dashboard. Third is buy item and submit review, which basically the user will buy the item from the seller and mark their dark wallet as encumbered plus post the reputation change on chain encrypted with the seller's public key, and then the user can update the wallet, which the seller has to submit a proof that their new balance was updated correctly. So how this platform works? The front end is basically a marketplace platform, which being built on using Next.js and React, smart contract using the marketplace contract.rs and using Ink. Circuit is basically the proof one, proof two, proof three. For the proof one is the initialization, proof two is reputation proof, and proof three is update reputation. And the components being used is LF0. So what's the future scope or the next step of our project? So then immediate next steps is basically testing on the A0 testnet, run again with working RISC-0 prover and complete integration of front end and the back end. The vision is make the infrastructure fully permissionless and develop a software development kit to help other developers integrate with the platform, and the integration with the payment rails to develop decentralized P2P Bitcoin exchange. Let's go for our demo.
Maybe.
So basically, this is the
here we can see
platform,
the website.
Which is basically like listed with different type of coins, and we can see the reputation score for the different types of coins in the marketplace. So we can then, if we are getting the our profile section, what are the different transactions we have made, we can review our transactions and also give the a reputation and claim that coin.
Okay, the time is up. You have the last 10 seconds if you want to sum up the project.
Maybe one question. So, am I right that this
So yeah, that's
technology
like about my
is
project.
used to make trustworthy transactions, or what? Reputation is used to trust more or find more attractive goods, or what is the main? Hello?
I'm not really sure if the team is still with us. Just wanted to ask if we have anyone else. Maybe ZK task team. Okay, then thank you so much for all of the presentations, and thank you also to all the judges watching the presentation. I think the quality of the projects is very high for this hackathon, so congratulations, guys. And please now wait for the results. We should have it announced on February 5th.
Thank you
Antonio, do you
everyone
want
for
to add
joining.
something?
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Very cool to see all those projects and all the activity. And yeah, thank you for dealing with ink imperfections, because we're sure there's a few of them, and with Valve Zero imperfections as well. Hope you enjoyed the process. We'll be reaching out for feedback for sure. And as Maya mentioned, we're gonna have the results on the 5th, so we'll make certain that you will hear about them as well.
Yeah, and get ready for the next edition in spring. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you very much.